1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Test 1, 2. We're live. We're recording. We have levels. And we are in Jacob's basement for episode 3 of Minot Bois. Jacob, thank you for opening your parents' humble abode. And here we are. You're cracked at Fortnite. As I walked in tonight, you were definitely playing some J-Bay show.
No, I wasn't twitching. I was not twitching, but I was Fortniting. I actually won a game before he got here. Yeah, but it was very bizarre. And we got a behind the scenes, no, it's not behind the scenes, but someone's playing Animal Crossing over there. It's just a huge basement. But yeah, thanks for being here in my sketchy basement. My cat's on the treadmill, getting some gains. And yeah, nothing too special.
The person who is using the TV is Raylene. She is a gamer girl officially with Animal Crossing. As of right now, I can see the TV. It looks like she's going to donate her fish to Blathers, the museum guy on Animal Crossing. So, yeah, it's just a little picture of what's going on here at Jacob's home. And then his brother is in the other room getting cracked at Call of Duty. And occasionally we can hear him yelling through his headset.
What does you getting cracked even mean?
I don't know. It's just like the thing that gamers say now. Like if you're really good at something, you're just like, oh, dude, they're so cracked.
No one says it. Well, I guess I don't watch Twitchers, but I don't think Nick even says that. They just say things no man should ever say.
Yeah, like getting cracked.
That's everything. Getting cracked usually is what a term at the bus stop you used. Hey, there's a man getting cracked, as in they're snorting too much canned air. Actually, I never heard anyone use that term either.
Well, I'm going to say you're not too far off base because when I was in Chicago, like there were definitely people like on the bus or the subway that were definitely getting cracked, if you know what I mean.
Yep. Oh, yeah. So does that mean like you're getting cracked as in good, or you're getting good like you're good?
Okay, a couple of theories. My first theory is when people say that a online gamer is cracked, it's like they're so good at the game that like it's as if they're taking drugs.
Okay.
The drugs are like making them get better. The second thing is just saying like, oh, they're lit. Like you're really good at the game. Like you're awesome. You're fire, bro. You're cracked. No drug reference, including the lit. No drug reference there either.
What are some bizarre terms you've heard? I've heard sauce, like sauce me that frisbee, or like, you never heard that? Like sauce me that?
I mean, I feel like I've heard the term like hit the sauce, like as it refers to alcohol. Okay, what are the other uses of sauce that you've heard?
Like throwing, like toss me that Switch controller, like sauce me that, or like, yeah, and then I end up in the hospital.
Did you just say Twitch controller? Oh, you mean Switch controller.
Switch controller. I just explained to Ray what a Switch actually meant. So, that you switch it between your TV. I wonder if at the production meeting, if he didn't get slapped, because I know I would have gotten slapped. Like, we should call it the Switch, because you switch it.
No, did you actually know that the Nintendo Switch was originally supposed to be called the Nintendo NX?
Dude, whoever got Switch, he needs a pay raise, because it's like, dude, just switch it. And then he probably ended up in a dumpster, and then they're like, what if we do call it Twitch? And then I'm the guy in the dumpster.
Well,
Finn!
Okay,
Finn!
that's...
Finn!
That little paw that you may have seen right there was Finn the cat. And now you know the Finn that has been talked about.
I think he was on my shoulders at the end of one of them. Didn't I put him on my shoulders?
Possibly.
Or was that, yeah.
But if they were only listening to Spotify, this is, well, I guess if they're still listening to Spotify.
If you're listening, you can see. Use your mind's eye. I've never said that before. Oh.
Raylene had something interesting to say about Finn. He basically looks like a tiger, but then you said he looks like a lion because of the mane, and so yeah, he definitely looks like he's been bred with a big cat.
Yeah, whatever they said at the shelter, they've been lying to me. And that's the podcast. You'll never hear another one again. Andrew just got up and left.
My friend Jacob here is cracked at dad jokes.
My favorite of all time is Josh, who always says he's going to beat me up. But we were moving stuff in the barn or the pole barn at camp.
Yeah.
Now there's a bunch of crap. He was moving a mirror and he was facing it so he could see his reflection. And he goes, I can't see where I'm going. I can only see where I've been. And I think I didn't work for 20 minutes because I was just like sellying all around. Oh, that's another term. Have you ever heard selly?
No, I don't know what that means.
Selly and Ferda. I know you know what Ferda means.
Yeah, Ferda boys.
Yeah, selly is celebrating. And I didn't know that for the longest time. But just bizarre terms.
Okay, here's another bizarre term. Sus. Do you know what sus means?
Yes.
So when I started hearing people say like sus, I first saw it online. I didn't hear about it. I saw it. Like people would be like, this is S-U-S. I was like, what does that? And then I kept seeing like thumbnails of the game Among Us, which is really popular right now. And I didn't know what it meant for a little while, but I guess it just means suspect.
Suspicious. Yes, like sus as in suspicious. I heard it on Fortnite today. I'm even mad I'm saying that. Heard it on Fortnite. It's like, dude, that guy's acting a little sus. And then it's like, what does that mean?
Oh, I think Raylene's about to catch a big fish and she's wanting me to do it.
Raylene is catching a big fish. So we're going in for the kill right now.
Can you turn up the volume?
And he needs the volume for it. We're going in golf mode.
I'm really good at catching fish on Animal Crossing, and Raylene is not the best.
I hope that's just a tire. We're going in for the kill. We're going, and he didn't make it. He's gonna scare off the fish. Here we go. Is he gonna do it? Oh, and he... That was... What is that?
It's an eel? Ribbon eel?
That was not a tire. Congratulations, Andrew, on what I hope cost and Finn's playing with the face mask. Finn. He loves it. He does love it. Andrew, give me a review on 1 to 10 of my cat.
Dude, your cat rocks. I freaking love Finn. I wish he could like meow on camera. No, it's still pretty cute. He sniffed the for all of our Spotify listeners, he sniffed the microphone. And yeah, he's like a weird cat because he just, I don't know, like his coat doesn't really give like cat vibes. It looks like a rug or something. Like a really expensive Persian rug.
He is a Persian rug because he purrs a lot.
Well, we got Raylene to sort of laugh over there. I definitely thought about getting up again and just leaving her with you, Jacob, because these jokes are definitely, I'm dying right now.
I know Josh would have already smashed this lamp on my head.
Dude, we have got to get Josh Van Lith on this vlog, or this podcast. It feels like it's turning into a vlog because you just got some Animal Crossing a second ago. But Josh, we talk about him a lot.
Finn!
Finn's messing around in the back here with our cables. But anyway, Josh, we're going to get you on the podcast and we're going to see how cracked you are at your speaking skills.
Dude, I think he is pretty cracked. Didn't he take a speech class or something? I don't know why we're talking about Josh all of a sudden. Ray, no, that's not my hat. That's Ray's hat. But the hat she's wearing on her head.
Oh, it's actually my hat.
I actually have a picture I want to show the viewers.
Oh boy, I have a weird feeling. Oh, yep, there we go. He's gonna take from the infamous wall of Burkhart's. Jacob, what would you like to say about this two-front, toothless picture taken of you?
This picture is a 1 out of 10. You got the whatever bowl cut thing I've got going on here.
You got a mullet, too.
I didn't even realize. Can you see it, Ray? Sweet. And yeah, you got the weird smile thing going on. It looks like I have teeth coming in. 2 front teeth for sure. I don't know. It's horrible.
Your bottom teeth are there.
Yeah, my bottom teeth were, but that's what happens when you're cracked in real life. That's what everyone looks like at the bus stop.
Okay, so I feel like I know the answer to this question, but did you ever have braces growing up?
Not growing up, towards the beginning of my senior year in high school.
Ooh.
So, yep. Now I have a permanent dent in my lip.
How long did you have to suffer with the metal in your face?
Currently still having metal. I have permanent braces, but I think I had it for like a year or 2 years.
Dang. Finn is trying to play with an Energizer battery, probably because he can be the Energizer cat.
Speaking of getting off topic, we have to shout out Nick Burkhart, who definitely hates our ADD speak.
I feel like in real life, I'm not even that ADD, but when I hang out with you, I just let it happen. Like, I let the ADD just run free, run rampant, because it's way more interesting that way, instead of being like, no, we have to talk about this one subject. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely sus, as you might say, but yeah, I got a head shake.
Raylene is kind of giving audience feedback right now, but I did not look at our second YouTube video that we posted.
I think it's honestly because we didn't share it, but yeah, that's what happens when you don't share it. We have still only 8 subs, right?
Yeah.
And then 4 views, but I swear my friend viewed it the other day, but I'm not sure.
I just was trying to see if maybe we could still get some roasts in the comments. I mean, we did sort of in our first video. We got 2 people, including Josh Van Lith, we're going to call you out again, who wanted to hashtag cancel us. But yeah, I'd like to see you still try to roast us.
Dude, I feel like this is going to go on for a very long time, and then we have to celebrate when we get our first. No, going back to the first video, though, Evan Dede, it went back to the time I roomed with him at camp when I worked there, and I was taking a nap, and 21 Savage's new album had just come out.
Which one?
Issa.
Oh,
Issa
yeah.
album. And I was listening to it full blast while I was sleeping at a Christian Bible camp. While I was sleeping, and I was just sitting there, and he was like, dude, I heard you listening to 21 Savage while you were sleeping.
I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 M's in my bank account. Okay, what did you think of Savage's most recent album? The one where he had frickin' Morgan Freeman narrate.
I kind of liked it. At first, I was trying to hard it into it, but there's some good songs like the last song, and then the Mr. Right Now is pretty good.
Yeah, I thought that was a pretty solid album. As soon as it came out, I think we both were like listening at the same time.
Oh yeah, I was definitely sending to you, but I remember, have you seen that meme where it's 21 Savage as a supervillain?
No.
Oh, it's like, oh, you got me, governor, or whatever, because he was caught by ICE or whatever for being British. And yeah, that was just funny.
That whole situation is pretty like weird to me because like, okay, we get it. Well, for some backstory here, 21 Savage, he's a rapper. He's got like some songs out there that maybe some people would know. The bank account song is big. But anyway, a couple years ago, he got found out that he was actually an illegal immigrant. Is that right?
Yeah, I think so.
So an illegal immigrant, he was from England?
I think England.
Okay, I got my facts straight. But the point is like, he literally was detained for a while because he was living here and everybody thought like, oh, he's just like an American dude who grew up in the hood or whatever. And he like rapped about it too in his lyrics, but no, this dude, he's not from here, he's from England. But I think he's still back in the States.
As someone would say, England is his city.
And that's going to take us to our next segment, which is why we all love and hate Jake Paul at the same time.
Dude, that wasn't even Jake Paul, but he let it fly. So who even was that? I don't think I've ever seen him, heard of him, or know his name.
I think his name is Nick. He worked at Team 10 for a few years.
I'm not asking you to give a background on anything Jake
That's
Paul
all
or
I
Team
know.
10.
That's literally all I know.
If you want to look it up, do not tell them we sent you. But one viewer.
Where do we go from here? I guess we could continue to talk about Jake Paul, but I also had some thoughts on camp. I feel like
There's always football to talk about.
yes, okay. I'll just go ahead and say this thought. It's usually about this point of the year of football. If my team, which is the New England Patriots, if they're not in playoff contention, which for the first year this is the case, I just don't care. I'm like, whatever. I'm kind of like done with the season. So I'll listen to a little bit of commentary, but I'm pretty much like over with the season.
So usually you follow the whole season because usually they're pretty good.
I mean, usually, yeah.
Okay, but the Browns and the Rams both lost to the Jets, and that's
I did see
Rams
that.
need to draft a quarterback. I don't care. Jared Goff is good, but he had too many mistakes.
I feel like you can't give up on Jared Goff. I mean, he's still pretty solid. I feel
Well, I
like.
can't, but I'm just saying draft one and then develop them for a couple years because they don't have really anyone in the back.
I guess the one NFL bit I have is how the Green Bay Packers literally did everything right this year, because you have the great record, you have an awesome quarterback, and get this, in terms of passing, Aaron Rodgers of the Green Bay Packers, he's not even like one of the top passers in the league for quarterbacks. He's actually one of like the mid-range ones, which is interesting because they have an amazing record. He's a great quarterback, and they don't rely too heavily on him. They also have other pieces like the running back. But I feel like it's kind of the Packers' year, and I think the Super Bowl is being held at Lambeau. I have a feeling it is.
No, I think it's being held at Raymond James, isn't it? In Tampa.
Oh, so would that make the Buccaneers home team?
I think so, to be honest, but I can't remember because last year it was one of the new stadiums, I think. Minnesota? Yeah, it was Minnesota last year or the year before. Finn?
Finn's taking a nice little gander at our janky camera setup, trying to definitely break it and make it crappy. But Jacob just took care of that. And would you look at that? The lampshade actually matches your maroon shirt. That's hilarious. Did you plan this?
You know, you always gotta come prepared. I feel like Young Thug in his one album cover or whatever. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
I don't know. I didn't even know Young Thug was a thing for a while.
Yeah, he's kind of big actually. Like, he runs around with Future and Chris Brown recently because they have some songs. I don't know. What do you feel about Chris Brown?
I don't know. He's been a big hit to the music industry.
Yeah, he's definitely abused a lot of the charts on his way to get to the top during his career.
Yeah, his career took a big swing for a while.
He certainly, Rihanna really knew that, okay, I cannot. I was trying to throw Rihanna subtly, I can't.
Yeah, you didn't really land that joke really well.
But one thing we know Chris did land really well was in trouble with the law.
I didn't get that for a while.
And Raylene likes Chris Brown.
Some of his new stuff is actually pretty good. He launched like albums with like 50 songs, which I like because I don't like when artists really put aside songs. I think everything they make, well, not everything, but I think managers have too much control. And I feel like what Kanye said, he kind of was right. Like they do so much of the work, but not really like a lot comes out. Like Lil Wayne was tortured for a while, for like 5 years by his own record company. And when he matched with Trump for a while, he got a bunch of crap on that. He's like, oh, you let this blah, 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 blah. And I don't think it, yeah.
You actually bring up a really good point because do you know who Chance the Rapper is?
Yeah.
Okay, so did you know that Chance actually isn't signed to a label at all? And like that was a big thing on his mixtape that he dropped a few years ago. But like to this day, I don't believe that Chance the Rapper is signed to any label. But like the thing that a label
Wait, are you
does.
dying? Okay.
Finn is hanging out with Raylene, and Raylene's allergic, but thankfully Finn is just taking a seat. Anyway, the thing that like a label does or it gives an artist is it gives them like a recording studio, it gives them promoting, it gives them like a lot of things that's hard to get on your own. But what I liked about Chance the Rapper is he used like the roots that he already had in the city and just that's how he kind of distributed it and promoted. And now he's like a pretty big like artist, like collabs with Justin Bieber and stuff. But like I feel as if Chance the Rapper, like that's really hard to replicate, like not needing a label. You know what I mean? Like if you're an up and coming artist and you see some like opportunity, you get $50,000 to sign to this label and all this access, it's like, dang, do I like go the easy route and get paid and then never own my music at Taylor Swift, which is why she hates Scooter Braun? Or do I like pave my path kind of like Chance the Rapper? But honestly, like it's a lot easier said than done.
Well, you do have Kesha too, who was like tortured, or not tortured, but like abused. Yeah, but I'm looking into the soul of my cat right now.
Does Finn know that Drake is dropping an album in January?
Does Drake know that? I don't know. I also hate when people release albums that have a song from like a year ago on it.
Oh yeah, I hate that.
It's like you had to meet a quota and you just threw something old onto it.
Why does literally every artist do that nowadays? Like, okay, Jack Harlow, I've been bumping some of his songs. He threw on at least one or two songs that he's released. The What's Poppin' song. He threw that, the remix with like DaBaby and all that on the end of his album. I'm like, you just don't need to do that. Like, you've already sold the millions and like streams and all that stuff. Like, don't throw it on.
What's his name who like shot what's her face in the foot?
Oh, was it Megan Thee Stallion?
Tory Lanez, and he was on that, and then he dropped a new album, and literally no one, like right away when he first dropped a new song, they're all like, "Oh, don't do this," or "Don't listen to it," and now everyone's like, "Oh, it's so good," blah blah blah, and now no one really cares. And apparently they were doing like a stream where they're just all talking on like the phone or whatever, and apparently they were all like Tory Lanez and stuff were all roasting this one guy, and then there are a bunch of memes. It's like Tory Lanez sitting in the chat while they're going after someone else, or it's like oh, they're casually going after this guy. I think his name was like Academics or whatever. I don't even know who the heck that is, but
all I gotta say is Tory Lanez, you sus.
The funny thing is he's like 5'8" or something, and people found out on his like criminal record or whatever, and they're like, why?
Bro, that extra inch I got on you, Tory Lanez, you don't stand a chance. Plus I do CrossFit, so like, dude, I could just wreck you.
Dude, some people will literally like cut you out of their lives because he said, I do CrossFit. It's like vegan. It's like you can't go one day without saying you're vegan or whatever. Or it's like, wow, this guy's already spoken to me like 2 times. He must not be vegan.
Okay, well, I don't know why then you still hang out with me and not hate me, because not only do I CrossFit, but Raylene's a vegan.
I know that.
We have both of these things that, you know, you apparently hate us now for.
Well, the thing is, you didn't tell me 2 seconds in. It's like... And like, oh, hey, Andrew, how are you today? Oh, I just met a girl today. She's vegan.
Oh, good point, good point. I try not to rub that stuff in. I was just trying to, I don't know, flex on Tory Lanez. I don't even know why, but...
I don't even know what he looks like.
He just probably looks like a rapper with diamonds in his teeth and fancy Snapchat glasses.
I want to blow up and then act like I don't know nobody.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I think it was a Snapchat of that rapper who's like married to Katy Perry or something. What's his Riff Raff? Or was he never married to Katy Perry? I don't know. It was a Snapchat they made, and he had like shark teeth, diamonds in his mouth.
Oh wait, maybe I saw that.
Yeah, and he had like I don't know what he looked like, but got pretty intense for a while. By the way, I still have not gotten invested in TikTok.
It's good for you. TikTok has been slowly destroying my life. Each and every day, I continue to have the app still on my phone downloaded. Yeah, I would suggest do not start downloading it, because once you download it one time, you will delete it and then you will re-download it at a later date.
Speaking of re-downloading, shoot, I actually don't know why I brought up re-downloading. Look at that picture up there. That second one next to the baby picture one. No, that one in the time clock one. Nope, to the right. My senior photo, not my senior photo, but my 11th grade one.
Oh.
Yeah, that's bad.
Yeah, I think you definitely came a long way, as did I. I actually have this funny story of when I was in 6th grade, I got glasses for the first time, and I went to go do a basketball game with my school friends, and we were doing it down at the Armory at the Municipal Auditorium. And for some reason, like one morning I woke up and my neck was literally like cranked 45 degrees to the right, and I just couldn't move it. I tried, and it'd be super painful. And like I just got glasses so I could finally see. I'm like, I'm gonna try playing a basketball game. So on this day where my neck's all cranked, I go play basketball, 6th grade, and I'm running up and down the court with my neck turned 45 degrees to the right, and I cannot move it like any bit. I look like a complete nerd and geek. Thankfully, I don't think I have any photos. But yeah, I was ugly.
It's probably a good thing. The first time I went to camp or whatever, I looked so horrible. I looked like I didn't hit puberty at that time. I was like 4'5". I look like all the kids you hear on Fortnite.
Yeah, and you acted like them too.
Yeah, it was bad. I think, yeah, it was just weird.
Yeah, just skinny, acne, kind of ugly, but
I didn't have acne.
I definitely had acne.
I wasn't puberty enough. I wasn't puberty enough to have acne. I wasn't cool enough for the cool club.
Okay, another embarrassing story. You know, I used to work at the Christian bookstore in the mall.
Andrew Hinkle, this is Gideon's Trumpet.
Gideon's Trumpet, this is Andrew Hinkle. How can I help you? Yes, our hours are from 8 o'clock until 5 o'clock. No, I'm working this one day, and this little kid comes up with his dad, and they're going to check out at the cash register. And I'm there, I'm like going to help him out. And this kid takes one look at me and doesn't even like bother to like kind of whisper it to his dad. He just says it straight out loud with me right there. That guy has a large nose. And I was just like, oh my gosh. I was like probably 14 or 15 years old. And I had like all this red acne, just pus coming out of my nose. Dude, it was bad. I had braces, and now I had glasses, and definitely didn't have a girlfriend.
I think Ray is actually packing up to leave right now.
Well, the thing is like, she doesn't know this, so there is a possibility that she could just leave me, because this is really embarrassing.
There was actually a show I watched where he got hit in the face with like a deadly attack, and then he just took off his makeup and was just like, haha, you can't hit me, I have so much makeup on. I don't know why that reminded me, but it was just, I don't know, some dumb comedic humor. I feel like I should just work for places to make comedic humor stuff. Like the next Clint Eastwood movie, it's like, I need you to throw in some dumb humor into it.
Dude, Seth Rogen would hire you in a heartbeat, I bet, to like do Pineapple Express 2.
Dude, that's like if Disney Channel made like The Godfather Part 4.
Oh. Okay. Did you watch all the Godfathers?
No.
Did you watch any of them? Okay, that's the first and the second are really the only two you need to watch, because 3 is like not that great.
But what isn't though? What third one isn't? Because everyone gets ripped for not being good.
Spider-Man 3 with Tobey Maguire, hands down the best 3-part trilogy of any movie of all time. Literally at me, anybody, including you, Sam Kautzman.
Dude, I feel like have you seen the new Wonder Woman that just came out?
The 1984.
Yeah. I feel like it got the Spider-Man 2 treatment, mainly the Amazing Spider-Man 2 treatment, mainly because, well, Spider-Man 2 was rushed. Wonder Woman 2 was not, but it was a lot slower, had a lot of character development, but Spider-Man 2 was deemed not character development and like, I don't know, no plot, no anything, but it just, things happened too quickly, but no one was just paying attention. Because I found this person who was like, well, things seem to happen with no common sense, or nothing happening that makes sense or whatever. And it did. You just had to pay attention to it. Because I always see on the movie ending explained, and it's literally if you paid attention once, you would know what would happen.
So I haven't seen the movie. I know you have, but the little bit of like article headlines I've seen have been mostly positive. So I'm curious, like, what's your take on the new Wonder Woman movie? Like, was it good? Was there like something that could have been done better?
It was mainly focusing on the villains. I think it was decent. It was really long. It had some good building though. But yeah, it was just a lot. It was very different. It didn't empower women as much as one person said on Facebook. But I don't know. I just feel like movies get a lot of crap. Like, this will probably get added if it ever blows up, but I think only 2 people will listen to this one. But The Last Jedi was actually pretty good. A lot of people gave it a bunch of crap. And the last Game of Thrones, it got a lot of crap, but I kind of liked it.
So, here's a question. Do you think that DC Comics, like, as far as making movies goes, will ever be as like famous or big or like as appreciated like at large as Marvel movies?
I don't know. I feel like they're making some good steps. Like the Aquaman movie did really well. The Harley Quinn movie didn't do really well. I like that one though, but I feel like it was just released at a bad time and like not a lot of people really knew what it was because of the long name.
Oh yeah,
the Birds of Prey and whatever. And I don't know. I really liked Zack Snyder's stuff. It didn't really resonate with a bunch of people, mainly because it had like world-destructing scenes and stuff like that. And Batman versus Superman. That's what I meant. Batman versus Superman thing. It had a lot of building and not a lot of violence and action. And the ending scene that made him stop fighting was both of their mother's name was Martha. And so at the end of Wonder Woman 2, I was like, Martha. And Zach, who apparently doesn't know anything, is like, what? And then I made a bad joke because Wonder Woman has a whip. And then I said, oh, and then when my dad gets a whip, all he does is want to whip me. And then no one laughed.
Oh.
Yeah, you didn't laugh either.
No, I don't care.
It was a bad joke. But he doesn't whip me, don't worry. But
so I watched a DC movie. It would have been over a year, maybe 2 years ago. But it was like a main character who was like kind of like Superman. Raylene
Shazam?
Shazam. Okay. Shazam was like the perfect mixture of like really good superhero, but also like kind of funny Deadpool. Like Deadpool to me is like it's like too funny. like they try to be too funny. Shazam was like right there in the middle, and it like was kind of heartwarming too. Did you watch Shazam?
I did watch Shazam, and I do have a thing about Deadpool. Like Deadpool 1, Wonder Woman, it's all these like movies that no one's really heard of that gets a bunch of hype that obviously garners the heart of people who don't really care. And then it's like, oh, this movie was awesome or whatever. And I think Deadpool 1 was okay, and all these things are okay, but the movie I'm really excited for is because Justice League 1, I actually agree, was kind of crap. It was decent, but I could see where it was kind of crap because it just went with that world-destructing formula, but also tried to mix in Avengers humor.
So you bring up this world destruction like narrative. Why is that so like not successful in superhero movies, would you say?
Because then they kind of go with everyone hating the main character. That's usually what tends to happen, like Civil War and stuff like that. But I don't know. I don't know why the world destructing thing, because then they say things that don't make sense and stuff like that. Or things that, oh, why'd this happen? Or things like that. And I don't know. I kind of liked, like, over the top sometimes. Like, the music is phenomenal in these films, but the Batman v Superman is actually being remade. You know that, right? No, not Batman v Superman. Justice League.
I think I knew that,
Into like a 4-part hour-long movie. So, like, 4 parts each hour long, and it's going to be rated R, apparently, for violence and an F word.
I wonder if it'll go straight to like streaming services. Oh boy, here we go. Finn yet again trying to disrupt our broadcast.
No, this is, I think it's actually a exclusive to HBO Max. It's a 4-part, so it's going to release in like 4 parts on HBO Max. Kind of like the extended edition of The Hateful Eight and stuff like that.
So it's not going to theaters?
No.
Okay. I guess another thought I have on the whole like world destruction movie like superheroes is just how like they're redundant, I feel like.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like they've done it before with all of the Avengers, and they've done it before that even with like the Iron Mans, you know, kind of the OG superhero movies of the 2000s. But to be honest with you, like it's too redundant. I'm like, I've seen this before. I kind of know like how the world's going to be destroyed and how the world then is going to be saved.
Well, not all the time, because I don't think people like Man of Steel because of what he did at the end. He like broke someone's neck, but I feel like Marvel's doing the good thing and going to TV, because you can tell so many more stories and no one really gets sick of TV shows popping up. But
yeah.
Oh, Finn.
Wow, he just jumped up behind the TV. Very impressive, Finn. This cat is active. Very active. Yeah, so... Oh, more thoughts?
Speaking of TV, a very depressing thing happened for AEW recently. One of its wrestlers at 41 died.
Oh, I think I heard about this.
Yeah. It just happened like yesterday or a couple days ago.
So what happened?
He had a non-COVID related lung disease or lung thing happen.
Wow.
Yeah, so he actually led one of the major stables in AEW, and now I think Wednesday they're dedicating the whole episode to him. Like, they're changing like all their matches. It was supposed to be like a New Year's Smash thing, but they are more oriented towards that and not like WWE, who would just give a segment or something. But
dang, that's super sad. So like for AEW, like AEW, did Brody Lee like have any sort of an influence outside of AEW, or was he like strictly AEW and just like getting the startup going there?
He was 41, so he actually built a bunch of his career around WWE, but he was only like a lackey the whole time in WWE. But a bunch of even people in WWE like posted about it and stuff, like, which you're not really supposed to do. Vince probably would have had a heart attack. But bye, Nick. But My brother just walked in and then he left. But I don't know. It was just such a weird thing, and he was apparently like he had kids too and stuff, so that made it a little tougher. But it's just a weird thing, all this COVID stuff, and like that just adds to the continuing toll that 2020 has done.
I heard a really good thing in a sermon yesterday that Raylene and I watched because we decided to skip regular church and just chill at home, which was awesome. Wow, Raylene just caught a wasp on Animal Crossing. That's extremely impressive. But no. So this thought I had, or that I heard in the sermon was, even though 2020 is about to end, and like so many people are like, yeah, we're going to get rid of this year, and like it's going to be a brand new year in 2021, our same problems, including COVID, are going to like carry right over into 2021. And I don't know if like everybody realizes that, but it's just like a nice little dose of reality.
Yeah, it's just all that thing. It's just blaming something, because you can't really go, oh, darn universe, and you can't go, dang the Lord, or whatever. It's just all a bunch of, I don't know, who knows what 2021 will bring. But there's a lot of memes that's like 2020 part 2 will appear on the calendar or something, or like your clock will just keep counting up.
Yeah.
And those are just funny. Like it just goes 61, 62, and it's just like, ooh.
I've definitely heard those memes as well. So a vaccination is coming out, which I think has already come out for COVID-19. And many people are probably going to take that vaccination. And it's made me wonder, should I get the COVID vaccination when it becomes available to the mass public? And I don't know, Jacob. I don't know if I'm willing to put out my body for the first round of COVID-19 vax.
Nick hasn't grown wings yet.
Oh, true.
And my sister-in-law hasn't. And apparently there was a bunch of people getting sick, but Nick and Janelle both haven't. So I don't know. I don't really get shots much. I should. I'm really behind. It's just my lazy factor. Like, I should book an appointment, but like it's a month later and you still haven't done it.
It's the mark of the beast. Don't get the vaccination. All right, back to you, Jacob.
Yeah, it's definitely a way the government can track you and control your genetic bloodline.
Oh, man.
That's something Ray desperately believes, and she's shaking her head too.
Don't worry, the COVID vaccination is not the mark of the beast. It is, in fact, just another way to help prevent yourself from getting the COVID.
I actually don't know what Ray believes in that, but yeah, I don't know if I got asked that the other day, and the one main question was, will I still get treated as if the vaccination doesn't exist at work? Like, if I get COVID, will I still have to wait and get tested or come in? Because that all factors in. Like, if I'm still going to have to do that, why not get tested? But on the other hand, a bunch of these people are just using that as an excuse, A, to get a check, B, to stay home for a couple days. And I don't know, that's just cheap to me, because then other people end up having to do overtime and stuff like that.
And you're usually the one that your work calls upon to fill.
Oh, I'm the only one.
Exactly, you're the only one. I don't know, I feel like perhaps in the future we'll continue to like do more work from home stuff, but yeah, I don't know. I think people are kind of ready for things to return back to normal.
How do you feel the world will change after all this is over? Do you think there will be any after effects of the not the vaccine, of the virus?
That's a good question. I mean, I don't know. Just two things come to my mind right away. First of all, like, there's a vaccination, right? So that is sort of going to affect everybody because you're going to have to get vaccinated, more than likely. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. But the second thing is, like, I feel like the economy is eventually going to catch up because, dude, if you look at the stock market the last, I don't know, 6-7 months, it's actually been, like, doing really well. And I'm just wondering, is the stock market going to eventually catch up, like maybe a year later, and be like, oh yeah, we went through an economic recession, so we're actually going to have our stocks just tank. I mean, they sort of did, but I feel like that could happen again.
I'm talking more of like at well, true, and at like restaurants and stores. Like, what does Walmart still close every night? Yeah, like, will stores go like, oh, we don't need to be open this long, or we don't have to do this, or do you think they will continue opening or stuff like that?
I think the stores are going to try, like, especially the larger ones like Walmart and Target, are going to try to push more of like the drive-through stuff, and like they might close like the storefront earlier and then like have like pickup available later. What do you think?
I don't know. I was kind of impressed with Minot's Target of how wide their area was for pickup. Like they closed the food place and then they closed some of the women's clothing. And I thought that was impressive. I know in Fargo they actually opened up mainly a pickup delivery side. But I don't know, that seems to be the way of just ordering on your phone and picking it up. But I have no idea how this all is going to change. But at the mall, from like, I'll give it to you in a second, till like 7 to 9, there's no one anymore. And I don't know if every night we want to be open that long, because stores just close on their own now. It's like if no one's there, but they don't tell us. So we're just sitting there, and then people call and then get angry at, oh, blah, blah, blah. And yeah.
That's actually hilarious. But
your anger fuels my happiness.
I was just going to add, it's kind of sus that literally Walmart and Target, like within the last year, maybe 2 years, at least here in Minot, okay, have started implementing like the pickup stuff and the online ordering. Like that wasn't as big of a deal. And then COVID hits. And then that's when like these mobile orders have just gone like skyrocketing.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just, I feel like it was a thing, and then not very many people picked up on it. But I don't know. I still think it's weird that I heard somewhere that apparently flights are still boarding at 100%. Is that true?
That could be true. I mean, the flights that I've taken, just taken like I think 1 or 2 since the pandemic began. They were trying to space out flyers. Well, all that kind of happened like right after our wedding, and so you had to fly home. What was that flight home like for you back in March?
I think it was full. I don't think there was any spacing. I think there was still 2 people next to me, and maybe one. I don't know if I had an empty seat, but yeah, I didn't really notice anything because that social distancing, I don't think I really ever thought that was going to be a big thing or implemented. And the dang thing about those dang stickers on the floors, no one ever pays attention to them. They're like, here's me, here's the dang sticker, and there's you. No, it's the weirdest thing in the world.
Yeah, those stickers are a little obnoxious. And if you go to Disney World, be prepared to stand on those 6 feet apart stickers the entire time you're there, because they are everywhere for all of the rides. And yeah, they can basically have the park at near capacity, just space everything out 6 feet.
You know what my favorite ride is? Depression.
And with that, we're going to conclude the episode 3. Yeah. That's really sad.
I'm sorry for everyone who stayed this. If you stayed this long, congrats. Yeah. That was the most depressing clap I've ever heard.
It was actually kind of funny.
I actually feel really bad for Ray, who has to sit here and deal with your ambitions.
Raylene, would you like to say hi? Okay.
She'd rather her dignity remain intact.
Okay, so yeah, let's wrap up this episode. What do you say?
Life on the edge. I'm dangling my feet. Or did you not mean that type of rap?
That's exactly. I have a rap too. I was just gonna say the one I said earlier. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 M's in my bank account.
Have you remember the Mac Miller song? Have you ever listened to Watching Movies?
Not a ton.
Not at the time. Oh, like it's kind of like I don't even know what it is. But
we wouldn't say it again.
A couple bad in my casket, yo. At the day job, in just a tank top, Bernie Madoff, whatever.
No, I did not know.
Dude, it's a banger. You should listen to it. It's Watching Movies by Mac Miller.
All right, that's what we're going to listen to after this. Thank you guys for listening, and see you next time on Minot Bois podcast. Peace.
Thank you. Goodbye. Have you ever watched Shirley's? And at the end of every episode, he has this Asian chick going, I like it. I like subscribe.